These 10 fragrances, these are better than you may think. You may see them around, whether it be on discounters or on Fragrantica, or you see people mention them in the Facebook groups, but you don't really pay too much attention. You scroll on past, you keep doing what you're doing, you don't give it too much thought, you don't really consider giving them a shot, but you're missing out. These fragrances are actually really good, and of course we're talking about affordable fragrances. In my personal opinion, all of the ones I'm about to mention today offer great bang for your buck, really nice value for the price that you're paying for these, and really what more can you ask for? I mean, they're affordable and they smell great as well. I'm excited to share my list for you, but I want to hear from you. What are some affordable fragrances that are better than some people may think that you have in your collection? Make sure you let us know down below in the comments. Now, I'm ready to get into this one, so let's get started. Starting off with the first fragrance on this list, Nautica Voyage Heritage. If you weren't looking at the screen to see what bottle I had, you might have been thinking, is this dude out of his mind? The original Nautica Voyage on this list? I had to do it. No, we're talking about the Heritage version here. Of course, the original Nautica Voyage by no means is that one a fragrance that may be underrated in any sort of way, but some of the other Voyage flankers like Heritage, like N83, like the Sport version, those don't get quite as much love, and I really like Heritage. This one is a little bit of a minty, semi-sweet take on Nautica Voyage. It doesn't get too much love, it doesn't get too much talk, but I think it's one worth checking out, and really it's a nice addition to your collection or to your Nautica Voyage lineup if you're a fan of the scent. It's going to be about the same price as all of the other Nautica Voyage fragrances, like $13, $15, sometimes less than that. You can't beat these at that price, and really for what you're paying, you're not getting a half bad scent. This one's pretty pleasant. It's one you should check out if you haven't. Moving up next here, we have Lacoste Oh Fresh. If you look at the bottle, it looks awesome. I love that color of green, kind of going down to a white gradient there. Pretty cool. Of course, it does have the embroidered crocodile on it like all of these Lacoste fragrances do. I really like this version here. I just recently picked up Lacoste White. That one's really nice as well, but I've really been enjoying the Oh Fresh version. This one, very bright, very citrusy, and somewhat floral in the opening here. Is it going to be the most unique thing out there? No, it's not. And from my experience so far, the Lacoste fragrances in this line aren't necessarily mind-blowing, but it is still a really nice and really pleasant scent that for the most part I don't see mentioned all that often. So this is one you should definitely check out. Lacoste as a whole don't get mentioned that much in terms of their fragrances, but they really do have some hits. This being one of them. Nice, subtle, inoffensive citrus fragrance for spring and summer at an affordable price. I mean, you can't beat it. Moving up next here, we have Antonio Banderas Blue Seduction. Really nice scent here as well. If you notice online, this one gets compared a little bit to Versace Man Oh Fresh, and I can confirm after testing it out that it does have a bit of a similarity to Versace Man Oh Fresh. Now, is it 100% a clone of that fragrance? It's not. It's got something a little bit different about it, but it does kind of give you that Versace Man Oh Fresh type of smell, which is pretty cool. Now, to begin with, Versace Man Oh Fresh isn't that expensive. I mean, you can pick those up for, I want to say, like about $40 or so. These, I believe I got this, what is it, a 200 ml bottle for like $20-ish. So it's going to be around in that price. If you can get the 200 ml for a price that makes sense compared to the 100 ml, I would say go for it. Like I said, I got a killer deal on this size bottle to where it would make sense for me not to get it. It's a really nice, summery, fresh, aquatic, uplifting type of scent. And it honestly works great for the unfortunate times that we're in right now with the whole quarantine and the virus and everything. Obviously, we can't go out and do anything right now. So wearing a fragrance like this, at least for me personally, is uplifting. It's something that does raise my spirits and kind of put me in a better mood and kind of help me see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. I like Versace Man Oh Fresh, and I like these types of scents in general, so something like this kind of does that for me. It's just a really nice pick-me-up scent. So maybe it'll be good for you like that as well if you're into scents like this. It's a super easy to wear, very affordable scent, and honestly, for the most part, you don't hear a whole lot about this one either. Not too bad. Moving up next, we have Hanami Him. This one gets you pretty close to Gucci Pour Homme 2, which is discontinued. Originally, that one ran at about $50 for a 100 ml bottle. Of course, now that's discontinued. Who knows where the prices are? I'm sure they're to the point where it's not worth picking up when you can get this fragrance, and it does get you really close to Gucci Pour Homme 2. You're going to be paying about $20 for Hanami Him. That's not bad. That's really not bad at all. This fragrance doesn't smell cheap. It doesn't smell synthetic or anything like that. You know, it's not bad quality for $20. Does it smell like a Chanel or a Dior or a Tom Ford in terms of quality? I'm going to have to say no about that, but it doesn't smell like a super cheap fragrance, if that makes sense. Really not bad stuff here. And honestly, I put it off for a while because, well, I was expecting it to smell cheap, and I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of it, but once I got this one in, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, they definitely didn't spend a whole lot of their budget on the bottle, so when you pick this up for the first time, you feel the cap, you feel how it goes onto the bottle, you feel the bottle in general. You may be thinking, you know, I don't know how good this is going to be, but once you spray this one and you smell it, I can imagine you're going to be pretty impressed. I know I was. Up next here, we have another Lacoste fragrance, and this is honestly probably one of my favorite recent pickups here. Believe it or not, this one is Lacoste Lone. Now, is this a new fragrance? No, it's not. I don't remember for sure when this one came out, but I know it's not new by any means. So I definitely was late to the whole hype train and, you know, when this was released and all that stuff, because I just recently got it. But I can tell you that I wish I would have gotten it sooner on. I love this scent. I've already done a review on it. You can check that video out where I gave you my full thoughts and how it smells, but just kind of to sum it up, it smells incredible. You get this nice creamy orange note in the opening, and it just smells so invigorating, so uplifting. This is another fragrance for me that is like my personal uplifting, you know, raise my spirits, raise my mood type of scent when I'm sitting at home all the time, not really, you know, being able to do anything. It works great for that. Moving up next here, we have Burberry Touch. So this is by no means a new fragrance either. This one came out 20 years ago, I believe. So, you know, it's nothing that is going to be revolutionary or new. Not a new release here, but it does smell incredible. It's a violet leaf based fragrance, and for me, I love violet leaf fragrances. Every time I smell one, you know, it's just something different. It's such a different note, and especially when it's utilized and kind of made as the forefront, it smells great. And this one here, it smells so nice. It's got a mature and somewhat classy edge to it, a little bit of a powdery smell, a little bit musky. This isn't like a citrus freshie. You know, that violet leaf gives it like a little bit of a cool, somewhat watery type of smell. So while it is, you know, good for spring and summer, it's not your traditional fresh, citrusy, aquatic spring and summer fragrance. So something a little bit different here. And, you know, about the price you're paying for this one, I believe about $20 as well. These Burberry fragrances are usually very affordable at discounters, so you're going to be around that price point. For that price, you're getting something that honestly will impress you. This is another one where I put it off for a long time. I would see it mentioned, I would see it come up. I just didn't really want to grab it. Even though it is affordable, it just didn't interest me. But I finally pulled the trigger on it, and I can safely say I'm very impressed. Moving up next here, we have Davidoff Cool Water Wave. And this is kind of an Invictus Aqua inspired fragrance, and you guys know how I feel about Invictus Aqua. If you don't know, well, I love it, and this fragrance kind of gets you in that same ballpark. Is it exactly the same? Is it a clone? In my opinion, not quite. It's got some differentiation between Invictus Aqua and this fragrance. Now, what I can tell you is this doesn't smell a whole lot like Cool Water. I actually do still get a bit of that Cool Water DNA in here, so in that regard, it is still, to me, a true flanker of Cool Water, you know, being that it does go back to that DNA. I still do get it in there to some extent, but I do get a lot of that bubblegum sweetness, aquatic saltiness, like you get from Invictus Aqua. So it's a nice balance between those two. You know, I have plenty of Invictus Aqua, so if I want Invictus Aqua, I'll go for Invictus Aqua. But what's nice about this, because it does have something a little bit different, there's times when I may be in the mood to reach for this one. About $20 for this fragrance as well, which is typical of most Davidoff Cool Water fragrances. Not bad at all for the price, doesn't smell cheap, it's pretty nice, and it's one that if you like Invictus Aqua, if you like Cool Water, it's kind of a mashup of those two, and it's worth a shot. Moving up next here, we have probably one of my personal favorites in this list, John Varvatos Artisan Blue. It's a nice citrusy, herbal, fresh, mature fragrance from John Varvatos, from their, blue, well, not their blue, but from their, of course, it's from their like aquatic-y, fresh, summery type of line. Artisan Aqua, Artisan Pure, Artisan the original, Artisan Black, all of those that have in this type of bottle and that are fresh summer fragrances, it fits in with those. I do like the herbalness you get from this. It reminds me a lot of springtime. So, while this maybe does smell more like a spring fragrance to me, it's one that I'm probably going to wear more in the summer just because of the freshness that it has and the fact that I will want more heat on this one to help it project and to help it develop. But regardless of that, really, really nice scent here. You guys know I love my John Varvatos fragrances. Dollar for dollar, some of the best bang for your buck fragrances that you can buy, in my opinion. Not everyone's going to agree with that. They, will talk about the performance, and yes, performance is not its strong suit, but really, there aren't many other fragrance houses out there offering this type of value in terms of the uniqueness of how it smells and the quality that you get for it, all for about $30. Come on, no one else can compete. And longevity, yes, it is somewhat of an issue, but I'm okay with that because you are getting very high quality scent and something that you don't smell every day. Moving up next to the last fragrance on this list, Azzaro Pour Homme Wild Mint. This is another new release, and well, I've already done my review on this one. This is another somewhat new release. I believe it was actually 2019, although it might have been 2020. I can't remember. But I have done a review on this one as well. This one is quite a bit different. It's a minty, chocolatey, fresh type of scent. It's perfect for spring, in my opinion. Would I like to wear it in summertime? Probably not as much. I see this one really just as a spring fragrance. That's about it. But you can wear it, of course, in summer if you want, or any time of the year for that matter. It's something different, it's something unique, and if you like chocolatey mint, you're going to love this. So guys, that was going to do for me. That was 10 affordable fragrances that are probably better than you may think. So hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully this gave you some ideas of some fragrances that you want to try out, all at affordable prices. If you are wanting to kind of expand out a little bit, and maybe this will help you open up and warm up to some of these fragrances. If you've been putting them off because you just weren't sure how good they would be, maybe this will help convince you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. All of these will be linked down below in the description. If you want to pick any of them up, make sure you check out those links down there. That's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Stay safe and take care.